I don't know if I've ever introduced you guys to my BB Red pair, but that's Blake and that's Brittany. Are they cute? They're just cute. Very cute. And I haven't named this guy yet, but this is a candy corn Polish rooster. And all of his hair is parted to the side. Well, he's a cockerel. Neither of these roosters have started crowing yet. And look how pretty the lavender Orpingtons are getting. I love their dainty, delicate looking flowers, feathers. I ended up with a silver laced Wyandotte rooster, cockerel. He ain't crowed yet either. So now I got 4 roosters and I'm wanting to get rid of one. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of the silver laced Wyandotte or the Leghorn, so I guess if somebody wants a rooster, they can take their first pick. There's Foghorn and then the silver laced Wyandotte. Alright, so you can see today that the garden looks a lot different than what I last showed it. I have started to pull tomato plants out. If I can get this unlatched. I did just shoot the bee video, so I'm shooting 2 videos in one day. That's why I'm wearing the same outfit. And in fact, I'm still in my pajamas and boots. So I really even haven't got dressed yet. So out here I have zucchini. I think it's a round zucchini type that's doing pretty good. This looks like acorn squash. It's doing all right. Like, this is pretty fresh compost, and I just took a risk planting in there. You could see there's dead maggots and chicken bones and stuff coming up. Like, seriously, it's pretty stinking fresh. It's not a total failure because obviously I still have stuff growing in here. It's probably just not amazing because of the circumstances, which is fine. So I uprooted these tomato plants yesterday, but last week I took all of the plants out of this row. Today I'm going to get the lawnmower with the little trailer, go in the compost pile that's over there, fill it, and at least fill this row right here for this week because I hate shoveling, so I like to break it up as much as possible. So I can sow peas, and then I have broccoli up there started, and kale, and I can't remember what else is growing. I want to say some bok choy, which I'll start more of here soon. And I want to get cold road covers for my new galvanized raised beds that have the hoops around them that I had bug netting on. I still got to get some winter covering for my raised beds. But I got to get started on this. We're going to go through a slight heat wave here within the next few days. It's going to get upwards of 89. Then after that, next week, it's just going to drop down about 10 degrees. So I'm pretty confident if I sow pea seeds that they will germinate. I may not sow them today or this week. I'll probably wait till after that little heat wave, so that way I have a better germination rate. And I have not sprouted any Brussels sprouts. I might be lying. I think I have one Long Island Improved that has germinated. But I think I'm going to go ahead and try to see what I can get growing. The peppers are really starting to come on. This is Sugar Rush Peach. I picked a couple of ripe ones yesterday. I picked some peppers. Jigsaw pepper here. I need to pick. And I got some more bell peppers growing. So I'm just going to let these go until the frost hits because, yeah. Ooh, look, it's the Apocalypse Scorpion pepper starting to put peppers on. Great. Nice. I can make people like burn for days giving them those peppers. The oregano's in bloom. I got butternut squash growing over there, which is pretty good squash bug resistance too. Look how these marigolds have filled out. The rosemary's doing great. Like, but that's not chamomile. I don't know what that is. It's cute though. But yeah, we got some creeping thyme seeds and some other stuff that I want to get all of this cleared out of here. I'm probably just going to cheat and dump vinegar and vinegar water all over and then wait a couple weeks and cold stratify my creeping thyme seeds out here over the winter. Got some volunteer holy basil from last year growing in this crappy tote. I also want to throw away these old planters, quote unquote planters, that I recycled to use for planters. Get rid of them because they've seen their day. They're starting to fall apart every time I move them. They got to go. I want to get some metal straps and finish this raised bed right here. Because I would like to grow Brussels sprouts. We enjoy Brussels sprouts quite a bit, so I'd like to grow some to save some money. Because at Kroger, they're like $1.69 for a frozen package of them. Fresh, it's even more expensive. So that's saving money for sure. Basically, everything down in the melon patch is dead. But I'll go ahead and show you down there anyway. So the zinnias are still beautiful. It looks quite a bit different down here, doesn't it? It looks more barren. Some Crenshaw melons, but really the deer have been coming down here and eating a lot of my ripe melons. So we decided we're going to go ahead and hunt deer. Looking off the back porch down here. We're going to wait till it gets a little cooler out because we don't have a really good cool spot to let the deer hang for a couple days. So we'd like to wait for the weather to get cooler so we can come up with something to hang the deer outside. So I got some Crenshaw melons that are ripening, and look, the deer got into this one. They got into some cantaloupe. I'm still cranking out okra though. This is Clemson Spineless down here. Over there is Heavy Hitter, maybe Louisiana 16-inch long pod. Got some jelly melons growing still. Ooh, dropped my phone, sorry, it fell off the tripod. Jelly melon down there. It looks like the deer are starting to eat it. And yeah, they're not ripe yet. They're supposed to turn yellow when they're ripe. And I gotta be careful because I'm almost standing on one right here. And that Crenshaw melon looks like it's almost ripe. I got two big melons, not melons, pumpkins off of the plants that I was given. I cut this vine yesterday. I'm about ready to cut that vine over there, that pumpkin off the vine. And then I got a bunch of those little bitty pumpkin-like gourds, and I've got squash bugs everywhere down here. But hopefully before long, I can lure the chickens and ducks down here and let them eat the crap out of these squash bugs so they don't multiply for next year. Because they're pains in the butts. But, you know, I'd never planned on growing pumpkins and gourds this year anyway, and I thought, well, just do it anyway. Somebody just gave you these plants. Just grow them. And I did, and it turned out well because I waited later on in the year. However, for me, it didn't turn out. Waiting later in the year would benefit me in the squash bug situation because it didn't. The only place I don't have squash bugs is up in my raised beds, and I'm wondering if it's because the compost is so stinky that they don't smell the squash. Seriously. Look at this beautiful bloom. So planting in fresher compost seems to have its benefits, but also its hindrances. I'm still getting some green beans. The dragon's tongue is petering out, but I'm still getting quite a bit off of the Blue Lake and the Contender. But in all fairness, dragon tongue was the first variety to ripen for me. And some of these I also had to reseed later on because we had a bad storm. The wind blew up some of this landscape fabric that wasn't breathable. And so we had to lay it all back down, and we couldn't get all the holes perfectly lined back up, so we had to just re-sow seeds. But look at this. See what the deer do? But if they're going to eat my food, I'm fixing to eat them. So that's the update for now. I'm not going to plant anything else down here the rest of the year because this winter we are bringing the horses back onto this property. They are across the street behind the chicken barns on a pasture shared with goats, if you didn't know. But they're going to come back here for the winter. So, hey, thanks for stopping by today. I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.